What is up, everyone? Volathis here, and Final Fantasy XIV, of course, unfortunately unveiled the patch notes for patch 4.05 a long time ago, actually a few weeks ago, but I didn't really have the time to record it, I was having internet issues, so I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to record this. Either way, I want to go through this. There's probably stuff that I haven't even played in this game. I know I haven't touched Savage difficulty, which is the main point of this patch. But there's other things as well, so without further ado, we're going to go in here. So the difficulty acquiring fish in fish leaves have been reduced. There's new furnishings. We have a lovely elephant statue of some sort here. There's going to be new seeds for flower pots, and you can purchase them in the same areas that you would Shirogana, the apartments, Goblet, Lavender Beds, and Mist. The treasure hunt, which I have actually been able to go ahead and play, which is the Lost Canals of Uznar. I probably messed that up. This is basically the Aquapolis, but this is updated for 4.0. I also forgot to mention right here, there's been new equestrian roles that have been added. And then here's another big point of this was the battle system. There's been a lot of changes. So Paladin, Oath Mastery, you're not going to have your Oath gauge halved when you switch. Potency of Holy Spirit has been reduced. Warrior has seen the same changes as well. You don't have any of this stuff lowered by half when you switch. And the Beast gauge will no longer be... Oh, that's already what I said. Storm's Path combo potency has been increased by 20. Beast gauge cost has been removed for Unchained. Steel Cyclone also... An additional effect that absorbs a portion of damage dealt as HP, and in a release, Beast Gauge cost has been removed. Next we have for Soul Eater, its potency has been increased from 280 to 300. The Dark Arts potency as well has been increased from 420 to 440. And Quintessence, the additional effect restores own MP has been added. Dragoon, the recast time of Elusive Jump has been reduced. The duration of Blood of Dragon has been increased by 5. Sonic Thrust, the combo bonus increases its duration by 10 seconds to a maximum of 30 has been added. Dragon Sight range has been increased from 6 to 12 yalms. Lance Mastery potency changed from 30 to 100. That's quite a jump there. In Mirage Dive, the animation lock for executing it has been shortened. Rogues and Ninjas Gut Slash potency reduced from 220 to 200. Machinist Quick Load no longer reduces the heat gauge. Hotshot increases damage dealt by 8% and increases the heat gauge, but it's been reduced from 10 to 5. Spreadshot as well. And Barrel Stabilizer, the recast time has been reduced from 120 to 60. Heated Split Shot, Heated Slug Shot, both of those, all of them for the heat gauge have been reduced from 10 to 5. Rook Overlord, Overload, and Bishop Overload have their potencies increased. Black Mage, which I was looking forward to the most. I didn't know about the first one. The Fire one's MP cost has been reduced. I did know that they said about this. So Fire 4 and Wizard 4, the cast time has been reduced from 3 to 2.8 seconds. I've already had a chance to play around, and I can definitely know it's a lot easier. Also, Foul has no mana cost, so it can fit anywhere in my rotation at any point. And Triple Cast has its recast time reduced from 90 to 60 seconds. I can tell you firsthand, after already playing a little bit with these changes, it's helped a lot. I'm more stable on my rotation. Summoner, the Aether Flow actions no longer required to inflict an effect on target to gain Aether Tail attunement. White Mage has some adjustments here. Secret of Lily, the chance of healing has been increased from 50 to 100 by a cure, so you're going to get lilies more often. A lot of changes with that. Party members are no longer granted confession when a heal is restored by cure in Core 2. Will instead be granted confession when HP is restored by Medica, Medica 2, or Cure 3. So this is more like AoE. The recast time has been increased from 15 to 60, and confession stacks will now be granted to the player casting Medica, Medica 2, or Cure 3. Scholar, emergency tactics cooldown has been reduced. Indomitability has been increased. A lot of, let's see, so for Egg Cognation, healing potency increased, duration increased, recast reduced. Fey Union Rage is increased to 15 rounds, and the Fairy Gauge will no longer deplete when channeling from Fey Union is interrupted. Aether Pact, Aether Flow actions no longer required to inflict an effect on a target to increase the Fairy Gauge, and reduction of the recast time of Aether Flow chains from 10 to 5. The chance to reduce the recast time of Aether Flow increased from 20% to 100%. Astrologian for the balance. The damage has been reduced to 10% from 20%. For the single targets, for Spear. Let's see here. Okay, so Spear now, instead of reducing ability recast, it increases your critical hit rate of party or self by 10% for 20 seconds. The balance one has also been reduced. Spear, of course, for the area, the same thing has been increased and changed. Undraw recast timer has been reduced from 5 to 3, and Hyper Light Speed no longer reduces the recast time of light speed upon restoring critical HP with Benny 1 or 2. And Asuna has its mana reduced. New actions have been added. Scholar's going to get Miasma 2. Astrologian is going to get an action Empty Road at 35 and Undraw Spread at 40. And of course we have here the main thing that a lot of people are looking forward to is the Raid Dungeon Omega Savage has been added. Item level for the first one is 310, and then it increases by 5, capping out on turn 3 at 320. All of them have a time limit of 90 with the exception of the final one. You can unlock it in Rogue's Reach from the Magitech terminal. And then it talks about the tokens. We're very familiar with this system. But if I'm not mistaken too, they're supposed to... Actually, they talk about it here. So these are Genshi coffers. When you complete the final one, it is one that instantly transforms into a weapon. And it corresponds to your current job. Let's see here. Cannot be opened outside of large settlements. So you have to open it in town, basically. The pool of tribute and the pool of tribute extreme players will now be knocked back by Yada no Kami even when receiving no damage. Elite marks have been added to the hunt system. Algan tombstones of creation have been added. Barely hit my cap on this one out. Level 70 dungeons trials unlocked after completing the 4.0 Mansoner now yield tomes of creation. They have the system here of what everything gives you now. To further improve matching speeds for dually leveling, language settings will now be ignored. The reward added to the Adventure Need bonus in Hotfix on Thursday, July 6th will appear in the list of rewards in the Duty Finder. Time remaining until weekly reset has been added for the currency of the tombstones. That's talking about the tombstones of creation. There's some PvP changes here. A lot of PvP changes here. Holy cow. Let's see here. And then they've been adjusting the PvP instance because now they're going to give creations. There's items gear based on the grand prize winner of the gear design contest tank edition has been implemented. DPS and healer gear based on this design has also been implemented. Doesn't say where. I'm assuming then those are probably the new tombstone gear. New recipes have been added. New master recipe books have been added. We have a new mount. Holy cow. That's an interesting mount. Obviously that's from the first boss. New minions. The strength attribute has been added to tank accessories at item level 290 and above. New achievements. New music. All that. And a bunch of result issues, known issues, and the list of all new items. So if you're getting into this, let's see here. So savage weapons are going to be 340. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it is savage. Is it 320? No, it has to be 340. I'll find armor. No, we don't want Lost Allegan. We want... I'll go to the caster. Where's the caster? Let me go... No, that's not what I need. Yes, 340 is the Savage. Of course, the weapon has 5 more eye level. So that's everything about this, and then there's new items added for crafting and stuff like that. So, as always, let me know in the comments down below, what are you looking forward to? I'm going to tell you now, I already did the Lost Canals. Unfortunately, we did not clear it. The one time we got to the floor, it actually kicked our butts. I was with the free company. We didn't think the ads would be that much of a problem, but apparently we lost control and we all died. So that happened. Thanks to that new system, though, we did a bunch of maps, and I got half of my tomes capped within that night. I haven't tried Savage. Hopefully I'll be trying that. Main issue with that, as always, is really just finding a raid group that I can work with, and they can work with me. I love the Black Mage changes. I haven't really played many of the other classes. I still have to get my Dark Knight to 70 so I can, you know, have less queue time. Although I did notice, at least this Monday, I had way shorter queue time, so maybe the fixing of just removing the language requirements is helping with that. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. More videos to come. And as always, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.